There we go.
Right, you gonna... Right. Okay, so I'm taking you through right from the start of what I do. Right, the first thing I do is I put the colours in the order I want them in. So this time I'm going to put black at the bottom. So I'm going to do a slightly different order. So I'm going to go black and then green and then the light blue. I'm going to go dark blue so I can go dark light. I kind of want to go that silver, that blue next, and then yeah, let's go with the space grey and then the aqua and probably some white. Okay, so basically what I've done in my head is I've gone through the basic rules. What first things you put in are what is going to be in your centre when you pour it all out. So I want the two most visible things to be a little bit of black to show off how dark the green is, and then the light to contrast with it. So I'm painting over this canvas because I don't like it, to be honest. Okay, so it's distracted me now.
Sorry.
Right, so yeah, and you kind of follow the basic rules of light dark if you want contrast. If you want like a flow through, then you can do a colour scale, but you do tend to get less defined colours if you do that because they will blend. And as I'm doing a wandering straight pour, I'm going to get a fair amount of blend anyway from the technique.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with making myself a little trail to pour onto. This is the white with the satin enamel in, so it will hopefully give me lots of pretty cells. And literally, I'm just giving myself a runway. Right. Okay, let's get the cup sorted out. The one major advantage of having my wonderful helper here is that I don't have to worry about where the camera is.
Yeah, I can control what view
she can actually show you what I'm doing. So we only want a little bit of black in the bottom. So it's just to contrast with the green. And it's also really handy to have a strong colour in the centre. Less so with a wandering pour, but it just means that when you see the black, that's when you know there's less paint in the cup. Yes, it wouldn't be me if I didn't knock something over.
If we didn't make a mess, what would it be, eh?
Yeah, so true.
My job would be boring otherwise, wouldn't it?
Beautiful pale blue. Which is contrasting off the green. So then when I put the darker blue in, it will then contrast off the light blue as well.
Shiny.
Yeah. And because I don't want too much blending, I'm actually going to put another layer of black in. And it's just so you've got, I don't want the light blue to pale out the dark blue on either side. So what I'm doing is just putting a separation layer so that each colour shows up really well. Yeah, that is literally just going to be a tiny layer. Actually,
Somebody's coming to be nosy again.
Kind of want to put some more dark blue in there actually. And I'm going to skip the grey and go into the aqua. I don't know why I made that decision. I just felt like it was more... I'm going to use the grey as a flow extender as well, so... Right, we've definitely got enough paint. We've probably got too much paint.
Yeah, that off cut there, just over.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
You can see the gradations. Okay. Wish me luck. Yeah, so you know you're getting towards the end of the cup when the black comes out. Lump in there. Not sure what happened there. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Just torch over it. Now before we started, I was considering wrecking this. And I definitely think I'm going to. I do like the colours, but I feel like wrecking is a good plan for this one. Okay. So,
Excuse the shaky hand.
What do you think? Should we do loop the loop or comb wreck it?
Loop the loop, because I don't know what that is.
Loop the loop. Okay. Groovy. We actually got a vote from the peanut gallery. Always a good thing. Actually, we're going to use that. Okay, and we're literally going to loop.
I get you now. Alright.
All the way along that side. Go around and come back along this side. The faster you go, the more the colour blends. So if you don't want it to blend, you go slower. Okay. I think that's actually really interesting now. Right, flow extender. It is going to be the grey. No, we're probably going to need to thin this down a little. Yeah, because see the consistency is the same as the other paints pretty much. It is slightly thinner, but to be on the safe side, if you can grab some water while I hold the camera. See, it's all laid out, and my handy dandy not studio hubby is giving me some help. It's a joke, the Massey Art Boys. He always calls Jeremy his studio hubby because he passes him things when he needs it. So his nickname is Studio Hubby. Right, yeah, that'll do. Right, and I'm just going to put this around the edges, just so we don't lose too much of the picture. Okay. And as I said before, yes, this is a cake slice, not a palette knife. But considering it was about a quarter of the cost of the large palette knives, it makes a lot more sense.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously, not the cheapest of hobbies, but...
Oh, thank you.
If
Someone
you
gave us a
can-
heart.
if you can cut your costs, that's brilliant. And my flow extender is made up of wasted paint that has been poured off different pictures. It is still a bit grey from the monochrome series, because obviously that was all blacks and whites, so my flow extender is currently quite grey. Though it is getting a bluer tinge since I've been doing these. But yeah, you will notice that the colour of my flow extender varies, and that's literally just because it's poured off some different pictures.
Excuse the shaky camera work.
The way.
My hands aren't exactly the best.
Well, it's still better than them being sat in the Dannon film mug. That's literally my current camera holder.
Did wonder what that was there for.
Is Dannon film merch.
I was wondering why it was there.
Oh, bless. I've literally just been watching them play Sims 4. I still think that's addictive. It's about the third time I've watched it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right, I'm literally just going to torch it off to get rid of any air bubbles, especially in the base. And then I'm going to get rid of any visible lumps or anything that are in the paint, which there shouldn't be because I did sieve it. So any visible lumps should be air bubbles that need to be popped.
Quite a few have. Yeah.
Okay, and we are getting some cell action in here now.
Yeah, especially in that green.
Okay. Whew. As the master boys say, it's tossing time. I'm just going to try and hook that over the corner. Right. And bring this down. Okay, I'm more interested in what's going to happen with that green and black.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to turn this round so I'm tilting towards you guys. Bring white paint into the middle and then bring it down this edge. Because I think what's happening with that green and black is really interesting. So I kind of want that to stretch out, and I also want that the other corner to stretch out. So the bits you want the most, put those on the corners first, because then as you tilt, you get the bits you like will stretch. I kind of wish to come off that corner a little bit more. I might go down to this corner and then back up to that top one, because I feel like I could probably literally using my hands to catch the paint. But I don't want to lose that corner. Okay, I'm going to take it off this corner just because the paint's still moving a lot. Okay. This is when it gets slippy. So I've got paint on my hands. So it is a little bit fiddly to do. I'm tempted to just drop it down, but I kind of want to get rid of a little bit of the green because there just seems to be quite a lot. But I don't want to lose too much of that pattern in that corner. This is actually turning into a very relaxing piece.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to give myself a minute and get a little bit of paint off my hands. You got used to the washing up sound by now. Try to move washing up roll with paint.
You should have told me to move it first. I didn't realise I left it in the sink.
Clean the edge of the washing up roll now.
Yeah. I'll sort it.
And I'm literally just getting the worst of the paint off my hands. I don't expect to get spotless because, let's face it, it wasn't spotless before I started. Right. Okay. Okay, which is your favourite corner? Do you like that better or do you like that better?
This one.
Right. I agree with you.
There's more going on.
I think I'm going to lose this corner.
Right.
Because I feel like, much like you, that most of the interest
It's going off over here.
is, yeah, in that corner. So what I'm going to do is just tilt it down. And put it back a little bit. Because we actually kind of want to tilt off that corner, don't we? If we can. I don't want to lose any more of the blue as well, which is a bit of a juggling act. Can't always lay the paint. Okay, so yeah, that'll work. Sorry, I know it's not the best angle.
That's not. Quite tall, it works. I don't know how I got paint on me though, that's the one thing that I haven't touched it.
A little bit more up this side. More stretching that out.
Yeah.
Bring it down in that corner. Right. So I can go straight down, but I think that's going to overstretch that bit is my
Yeah.
only worry.
I think it will.
Because at this point, once I torch, we're going to see what cells are there. I think that's what I need to do. I think I need to just wipe my hands up quickly and then torch. Because when you torch, it doesn't disperse the air bubbles, but it brings any cells that are underneath to the surface. And there was satin enamels in that base stripe, so we might get some more cells, although those haven't gone particularly cloudy. That's quite a cloudy cell cluster there. That's a chain torch up. Okay. So I've got a couple of little issues. One is there. And the other one's there. So now I feel like being greedy and see if I can get some more cell action. Just I'll bring that. Bring the weight of the paint across this corner again. See where it's going through the middle. You see the paint still moving?
Yeah.
That still means there's too much paint on the canvas. You shouldn't be able to visibly see the paint moving.
It's like a wave.
Yes. That's because there's too much paint. You need to let the wave go off the corner. Okay. Bring it back the other way. And you will notice that the cells are being stretched just from moving the paint around. Yeah, I'm going to take it down this way some more. I mean, we're going to lose the blue on the bottom, but I definitely think that bit up top is way more interesting. And then we've got the mellow greens like relax into. I think that's a good combination. I'm just letting the excess paint roll off.
Yeah.
It is moving a lot slower now, and you can see it visibly.
Yeah.
Where it was really visibly running, it's now sort of crawling.
Yeah.
That's what you want it more on the crawling end and less on
flowy.
The, yes, running off the canvas end. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, literally just wiping the paint off the underside of the canvas. Yeah.
There you go.
That's really cool. Yes, I'm just going to do one last rinse to my hands so I can torch it, because handling the torch with paint on your hands probably not the best plan.
No, very terrible ideas.
Yeah, we've had some
Right idea if you want to be on fire.
hijinks with various technological things.
Yeah,
recently.
let's not go on about electricity recently. We don't need that a problem.
Okay, so I'm just literally doing the last torch now. I don't expect anything else to show up, but I have got some pretty lacing in there if you want to zoom in on that bit. And we've got some beautiful clouding in here, which is from the Striaght pour. And then we've got these super soft lines. And we've got loads of little pretty cells floating in a green, bits of foam floating on a green ocean.
And you've got the lace pattern here, which is pretty.
Yeah. I really like that. Thank you very much for everybody who has joined, who is taking any interest in my art. Please go and visit my Etsy, my Patreon, my YouTube and my Facebook. Drop me a like if you like the piece. If you want to show them a couple of the others, and then we'll sign off. There are a couple of pieces that I haven't got video for because the video died, and I do apologise about that. So thank you very much for watching and have a fab day.